Welcome back, friends, as we join another edition of Roman Catholic on Pilgrimage, this time in New Orleans, as we follow in the footsteps of the saints and those that are in the canonization process. First up is Saint Rose Philippine Duchesne, who came to the old Ursuline convent, knocked upon this door, and was given refuge when she first arrived in America. She stayed at the old Ursuline convent before sailing up the Mississippi to minister and serve the people in Missouri and Kansas. Next up, St. Francis Xavier Cabrini. Mother Cabrini opened a day school for girls here inside the city of New Orleans. If you remember, last summer we went to her shrine in Golden, Colorado. Of course, Saint Katherine Drexel, known in her lifetime for 145 missions and schools and churches. She supported the African Americans and the Native Americans, including Venerable Henriette Delille, who was born in this house and lived in this home, went to this church at St. Augustine's Church, and this is also where the concept of a women's religious community for African Americans began. Once again, Henriette Delille is in the halls of canonization process. It was at the bishop's own chapel, St. Mary's, where she was able to make her vows to begin her women's religious community, the Sisters of the Holy Family. It was on Bourbon Street there that her convent was established, which is now a fancy hotel. Inside the main cathedral in Louisiana, Henriette was known for constantly wanting to bring everyone to the faith, and she was known for evangelization and baptizing as many people as possible. Next up, we have someone in the canonization process that we won't go into detail, but Cornelia Connley. That's a fascinating story, and it's a Days of a Life saga. Following up, we go to Blessed Francis Xavier Seelos, a Redemptorist priest who once upon a time lived in the same rectory as Saint John Newman. Francis Xavier Seelos, a beautiful soul, practiced a life of prayer and penance. His preaching was so gentle. It was a way that he was able to speak so that others could know God, know their love for them. Spiritually, if you're looking for spiritual reading and writings that can help draw you closer to God, I would encourage you to go. As well as the Blessed Francis Xavier Shrine is one of the best shrines that I've been to in our country. I had a beautiful video that shared his life, a very brief video, then it had a walk of life of his journey, and then you go into the church where he ministered to. They have the reliquary for his body, as well as some of the artifacts and relics from his lifetime. So this was the church where he preached at prior to his death in the streets of New Orleans. He ministered during the yellow fever epidemic and just really had a beautiful way of placing words and being present to the people. Of course, we know St. John Paul II came through New Orleans, as well as we see throughout Our Lady, specifically Our Lady of Prompt Succor, as the New Orleans say, or Our Ladies of Prompt Succor, as we would say. There's also the shrine to St. Jude and Our Lady Church. That was a beautiful place to visit as well. I hope you enjoy this pilgrimage through New Orleans.